Hello, it's me. You know what I love more than anything? Old anime. Sorry, not old anime voice acting. Because goddamn, I think that it's really just a wonderful little thing. Not original voice acting though, the dubs. Now dubs are an iconic part of anime. They're bad, pretty much always. But god, you should hear some of the old stuff. Still better than the Danganronpa anime dub, but yeah, I mean, they're...
Let me know next time. I'll soap your tits for you. Whoa-hey!
interesting, to say the least. Devilman was a manga released in 1972, and it received quite a bit of praise and had a very large audience. Now, there have been a lot of adaptations of Devilman content, and there's a lot of Devilman content. There's the Devilman OVAs, the original ones, which is what I will be focusing on. There's also Devil Lady. There's Devilman Crybaby on Netflix. There's the old Devilman show. There's a lot of Devilman content out there. But the OVAs are the things that are most interesting to me. An OVA is an original video animation, and it's basically an anime thing that goes straight to DVD. So it's essentially a straight to DVD release. And Devilman had 3. The first OVA came out in 1987. The second in 1990, and the third in 2000. Now, the first 2 are quite well-received OVAs, and the third one, I mean, it exists, but we'll get to it. The plot of Devilman is that there's this guy, his name is Akira. Demons are ancient creatures, and they, even though everyone thinks that they no longer exist and they were all a rumor, they do, and they're coming out as gay! Basically, the demons love chaos and murder and violence. And there's this guy, Akira, and he's just a nice student, he's a good guy, you know? And then his old friend Rio comes out of nowhere and is like, my dad killed himself, wanna know why? Get in my car. So he gets in his car, and, we have a really cool talk with them about weapons and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, so my dad's dead. He lit himself on fire in front of me. That was pretty lame. Akira's like, why? Why would your dad do that? Demons. He combined with a demon, basically. But the demon's consciousness was stronger than his father's consciousness, and so he killed himself so that the demon couldn't do horrible, horrible things after he tried killing his own kid. So, anyways, Rio now has seen the demons and stuff, and demons are after him because he knows the secret that they are still around. So, because he knows he can't do this alone, he ropes Akira into this. They have to combine their consciences with demons. Now, no demon has ever had a weaker conscience than the human. However, in Akira, his is actually the one that took power. He had control over his demonic power, and he used it to kill demons and stuff. It's pretty cool. There's some good gore and stuff, but the way they combine with demons is by going to a fucking party, and, there's tons of boobs hanging out, and violence, blood, He combines with Ammon. Ammon is a quite powerful demon, and so they go out and they start killing demons. Also, he accidentally, hospitalizes Rio. That's basically what happens in the first OVA. And the first OVA is pretty fun. The monster designs are absolutely awesome as hell. The voice acting, honestly, is not the worst dub voice acting ever. It's definitely charming. The animation's pretty cool. And I think that generally the characters are all very, very likable. It's also only 50 minutes or so, so it's a pretty easy watch. Then there's the second OVA. This takes place a little while after. So in the second OVA, there's some demon bird. Yeah, by the way, it's called Devilman Volume 2. The Demon Bird. Really cool title. And, they're like, I want to kill Devilman, which is what he calls himself now that he merges Ammon and stuff. Very cool, very original name. And so, he attacks. Or she attacks. Sorry, she. It's a woman. I don't want to misgender any demon birds. So this demon bird attacks Devilman in the house of his best friend. And it ends up leading to a pretty cool long fight scene, and obviously Devilman wins. The OVA kind of just suddenly ends with her dying, because of some wounds, and it feels like they were really just on a time crunch when making it, but, you know, whatever. It's still a very, very fun OVA. And then there's the third one. And the third one jumps ahead in time. We skip tons of major plot points, and it kind of just drops us in. We meet a couple new characters, none of which I really care about, and the characters from the previous OVAs? Dead. Dead, like, immediately. And actually, in like the first 15 minutes of the OVA, 2 children die. One, our main character eats the guts of, and the other just gets like shot in the head with a dart and then mangled and cut up. It's a whole thing. It's cool. I actually really like the animation in this third installation, and I'm glad that it's going totally hardcore and being super mean-spirited. It's fun. Unfortunately, you're not going to have any clue what's going on unless you read the manga, so, you know, especially when, you know, you go from having Ryo be this, like, good guy that's helping out Akira, to him literally being Satan. Like I said, skips a good bit of plot points, and then it also kind of just ends. Devilman has been controversial since its inception. It's full of cussing, gore, nudity, and a lot of generally controversial topics, and that's only been heightened with its most recent adaptation, Devilman Crybaby, the Netflix original. But Devilman is a really, really well-crafted series that's important to the world of manga and anime. It has a lot of soul. I really do love old-school Devilman. It's just really interesting. These OVAs are short and very, very charming, and while the third one doesn't really have a plot, it's alright. But the controversy is really, really interesting. Because there are so many things out there that people could complain about, and they're complaining about Devilman Crybaby, mostly, but also the old-school Devilman stuff gets complained about quite a bit, too. I find it interesting, though, because Devilman is a good example of what we've found socially acceptable and how it's changed over time. So when the old-school OVAs were released, there was controversy. People didn't want their kids watching these things with swearing and blood. But now that Crybaby's out, that's what we're complaining about. The old OVAs don't look like anything compared to Devilman Crybaby. It's totally no-holds-barred insane. Devilman Crybaby, however, despite its great controversy, is quite beloved. Though I don't believe it has much to the originals, just because I believe that the originals are so unbelievably charming and easy and digestible. Devilman is a really, really unique series with a lot of interesting themes conveyed and a lot of really cool stuff. The story is told really, really well if you read the manga and don't just watch the OVAs and miss all those plot points. And all the character designs are fun. All the characters are memorable. The dub's given birth to many, many funny moments.
Rio! Hello. You seem very well.
The Devilman OVAs are quite beloved by their little niche fan base, and I think that they're very, very much worth the watch. While they've definitely aged interestingly, I believe that it's interesting watching them back to back with Devilman Crybaby and seeing what people have complained about in different time periods, and also just see what I mean. And it's really interesting to see an 80s anime, especially the first one, go so hardcore, and then the second one in 1990 going quite hardcore too, and then the third one in 2000. Devilman's only gotten more extreme as time has gone on, and I find that really, really interesting, and I like seeing that progression. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must reunite with Jesus Christ and God and become beyond human.